On our website, you can get PDF learning materials for free. Please visit englist.me.
Spate.
A sudden or short-lived outburst, increase, or surge of something, often used to describe a sudden flood of water or a burst of activity or events.
Examples:
A spate of business failures. Spate of attacks. After the heavy rain, a spate of accidents occurred on the flooded roads.
Contemplate.
To think about a possible future action, or to think about something for a long time thoughtfully.
Examples:
Contemplate a marriage. Contemplated leaving school. I recently contemplated dropping out of school and getting a full-time job.
Specification.
A detailed description of the characteristics, features, or requirements of something, typically a product or system, a written statement that outlines the standards, procedures, or requirements for a project or job.
Examples:
Functional specification. Engineering specification. The project specifications outline the goals and requirements for the team to complete.
Cognition.
The psychological process of perception and learning and reasoning, the mental action or process by which knowledge and understanding are developed in the mind.
Examples:
Social cognition. Cognition disorder. The professor focused on the research of infant cognition.
Emotional.
Relating to people's feelings.
Examples:
Emotional health. Emotional distress. Human emotional responses vary widely depending on the society to which they belong.
Guesswork.
The act or process of making an estimate or speculation based on incomplete or uncertain information, conjecture or supposition.
Examples:
Pure guesswork. Rely on guesswork. Making decisions based on guesswork can lead to costly mistakes.
Introduction.
A preliminary explanation or remarks given before the start of a text, performance, or event, the act of bringing something new into existence or introducing something to a wider audience or new market.
Examples:
Introduction education. Self-introduction. The introduction to the new class was informative and engaging.
Command.
Authority, control, or mastery over something, often referring to military or leadership contexts, a directive, order, or instruction, expertise or competence in a specific area. Verb, to give an authoritative order or instruction, or to be in charge or control of something.
Examples:
Command and control. Command a battery. The general gave a command to his troops to prepare for battle.
Aspect.
One part or feature of a situation, problem, subject, etc.
Examples:
non-technical aspects of the job. Aspects of social, political, and economic life. His professional experience includes all aspects of media production.
Relation.
The way two persons or groups of people feel and act toward one another.
Examples.
Relation between cause and effect. Relation of inclusion. The industrial relations laws were passed with little to no alteration.
Mast.
A long pole aboard a boat or ship that holds up the sails.
Examples.
Mast height. Built up mast. The main cabin is located in front of the mast.
Ratio.
The relative size or amount of one thing to another, typically expressed in the form of a fraction or decimal.
Examples.
Debt-to-income ratio. Ratio of boys to girls. The ratio of water to sugar in the recipe is 1:2.
Shadow.
A dark area or shape cast by an object blocking the passage of light, an area in darkness or shade, a reflected image or copy of something, a person, activity, or influence that follows or accompanies someone or something closely and persistently, often in a secretive or ominous manner.
Examples.
Shadow cast. Shadow puppetry. The tree cast a shadow over the picnic area, providing relief from the sun.
Cast.
To cause light or shadow to appear on a surface, to assign or choose someone such as an actor or representative, especially by selection process.
Examples.
Cast a ballot. Cast a charming eye. This accident cast a dark shadow over their lives.
Rev.
A measure of the rate at which an engine or motor rotates, often expressed in revolutions per minute, RPM, verb, to increase the number of rotations per minute.
Examples.
Low rev engine. Rev up the crowd. He stepped on the gas pedal, and the engine released a loud rev.
Spirit.
The part of a person which is the seat of their mind, feelings, and character rather than their physical body, the general atmosphere of a place or situation, and the effect that it has on people.
Examples.
Spirit and the letter of the law. An indomitable spirit. Despite their tragic loss, the family is showing great spirit.
Needle.
A thin, pointed object typically used for sewing or medical purposes, a metal or plastic instrument used for administering injections or drawing blood.
Examples.
Needle prick. Sewing needle. The acupuncturist inserted needles into specific points on my body to alleviate my pain.
Oblivion.
The state of being completely forgotten or unknown, the state of being unconscious or unaware, the condition of being destroyed, wiped out, or erased from existence.
Examples:
Vanish into oblivion. Drunk in oblivion. The author's work was forgotten and fell into oblivion after his death.
Lick.
To pass the tongue over something to moisten, taste, or eat.
Examples:
Lick a teaspoon. Lick its wounds. She licked the envelope to seal it before mailing it.
Leap.
To jump or spring into the air, often with the feet leaving the ground or a surface below, to move quickly or suddenly, often forward or upward.
Examples:
Leap to a conclusion. Leap of faith. The athlete was able to leap over the hurdle with ease.
Snap.
To record on photographic film, to make a sudden, sharp sound. Noun, the act of catching an object with the hands.
Examples:
Snap a whip. Snap judgment. She snapped a quick picture of the beautiful sunset before it disappeared.
Resent.
To feel anger, bitterness, or indignation towards someone or something as a result of unfair treatment or perceived injustice. To harbor negative feelings towards someone or something.
Examples:
Resent being called a fool. Resent their success. He couldn't help but resent his friend for always taking credit for his ideas.
Grace.
A quality of being pleasing, especially in appearance or manner, a temporary exemption, especially an extended period granted as a special favor, a short prayer of thanks before a meal.
Examples:
Say a grace. End of the grace period. The old oak tree stood with grace and majesty in the park's center.
Napkin.
A small piece of cloth or paper used for wiping one's mouth and hands while eating. A decorative cloth placed on a table for formal occasions.
Examples:
Paper napkin. Linen napkin. I always keep a stack of napkins on my desk while I eat to prevent any messes.
Heel.
The rounded back part of the foot below the ankle. Someone who is morally reprehensible. Verb, to follow someone or something.
Examples:
Heel bone. Heel wrestler. She wore high heels to the party.
Insult.
A remark or action that causes offense or disrespect. Verb, to treat, mention, or speak to rudely.
Examples:
An intentional insult. Insult each other. His insult toward her was unacceptable and resulted in his being fired.
Sight.
The ability to see anything that is seen.
Examples:
An unexpected sight. Dull sight. Many famous sites are within walking distance.
Leash.
A long, flexible cord or chain used to restrain or control a dog, or other animals, a figurative tool used to control or limit someone's behavior or actions.
Examples:
Dog leash. Walk on a leash. Make sure to put the leash on your dog before walking.
Excite.
To make someone feel suddenly enthusiastic or eager.
Examples:
Excite the crowd. Excite rebellion. The news of her promotion excited her.
Rub.
To move one's hand or an object over the surface of something with pressure.
Examples:
Rub shoulders. Rub a glass window. She rubbed the sore spot on her leg to ease the pain.
Toy.
A thing, typically a small model or replica of something that is played with, especially by children.
Examples:
Toy store. Toy box. He gave his daughter a new toy for her birthday.
Dislike.
To not like someone or something.
Examples:
Dislike speaking in public. Dislike this kind of food. He seems to dislike all forms of exercise.
Relative.
Considered and evaluated through comparison with something else.
Examples:
A remote relative. Relative factors. Most countries prohibit sexual activity between certain close relatives.
Jingle.
To create or make a ringing sound, particularly one that is musical or catchy.
Examples:
Jingle a little bell. Jingle money in my pocket. The keys on her keychain jingled loudly as she fumbled to unlock the door.
Mad.
Insane, especially due to a mental illness, very angry.
Examples:
A mad person. Gets mad easily. He was mad with joy to see the results.
Scratch.
To cut or damage the surface of something or the skin with a sharp or pointed object.
Examples:
Scratch off a name. Scratch my signature. Don't scratch your mosquito bites.
Strength.
The quality or state of being physically, or sometimes mentally, strong.
Examples:
Strength of the economy. Muscular strength. Health and strength are, above all, gold.
Howl.
To make a prolonged, loud, mournful cry or noise, typically as a signal of distress, pain, or an intense emotion, to express one's strong feelings or emotions in a loud and unrestrained manner, Noun, a long, loud, mournful sound made by a person or an animal, often in response to pain, fear, or sadness.
Examples:
Howl at the moon. Howl of anger. The wolves began to howl in the distance as the sun set.
Collar.
A band of material worn around the neck, typically forming part of a shirt or jacket. Verb, to grab or catch hold of someone or something.
Examples:
Collar of a shirt. Collar of a dog. He put on his collar and tie before leaving for work.
Monogram.
A design formed by combining or overlapping two or more letters, typically the initials of a person or a company, often used as a logo or symbol to represent them.
Examples:
Monogram stationery. Men's monogram dress shirts. The bride and groom had their initials intertwined in a monogram on their wedding invitations.
Sweat.
The salty liquid that is produced by the glands in the skin, especially when the body is hot or under stress.
Examples:
All in a sweat. Sweat bath. She wiped the sweat off her forehead with a towel.
Absurd.
Ridiculously silly, unreasonable, or illogical.
Examples:
Absurd storyline. An absurd amount of money. We immediately rejected his absurd suggestion.
Lawn.
A stretch of ground covered with grass, typically attached to a house, and often used for recreation or aesthetics.
Examples:
Lawn mower. Lush lawn. The family enjoyed a picnic on the lawn in the park.
Suppose.
To think that something is likely to be actual or possible.
Examples:
Suppose you're right. Suppose beforehand. What do you suppose the culprit's motive was?
Poetry.
Poems in general as a genre of literature.
Examples:
Modern poetry. Book of poetry. Different cultures have different comfortable word rhythms, so the composition of poetry varies greatly.
Prose.
A type of written or spoken language that is not organized in verse or rhyme.
Examples:
Prose fiction. Rhythmical prose. The novel was written in prose, with no rhyme or meter.